All right, let's talk about yet another fantastic performance by this Buccaneers offense. All of a sudden, they were scoring on seemingly every possession until, it was late in the third quarter until they finally punted the football. And at that point, they were kind of in run out the clock mode. This was a dominant performance by the offense and another dominant performance by Baker Mayfield, which, they're getting hot at the right time. And quite frankly, I think going into the season, the hope was with Baker Mayfield, could he go back to being 2020 Baker Mayfield with the Cleveland Browns? He didn't have to be outstanding, but just be the guy who won a playoff game, be that caliber of player. He's been better than that in these past couple of weeks. He was that for most of the season, but he's playing the best football since he's been in the NFL right now. And if this is who he's going to be, I was kind of maybe dragging my feet a little bit saying okay, do you pay him? Yeah, you probably pay him. But I was almost yeah, but I'm a little concerned. Is it going to be one of those situations where you get stuck with a, good quarterback, but not the best quarterback? I'm all aboard. You got to pay him. With what he's doing, you got to pay him. And let's talk about what he's doing. Let's start off with this play. It's going to be a 3rd down and 7 situation, and it's Chris Godwin. Hey, Chris Godwin, remember him? All of a sudden, the Buccaneers are making a conscious effort to get him the football. Apparently, the real MVP of this season has to be Chris Godwin's wife, right? She tweets out that he's not getting the ball enough. All of a sudden, he gets the ball more, and this offense starts lighting teams up. But it's going to be a one-on-one matchup on a 3rd down and 7. Godwin is going to be the guy playing out of the slot here. Watch as when Mayfield takes the snap, he's going to look towards Godwin, fires towards Godwin, and there's a window here. It's not wide open, but again, just put the ball in an area where Godwin can catch it. He's a good contested catch receiver, so, give him a chance. As you see, beautifully thrown football from Godwin, and Godwin's able to win his own one-on-one matchup, and just getting those types of plays going are key, especially in a game against Jacksonville where, the Jaguars like to play their man coverage. They have good corners. They want to trust them. If you can start winning in these situations, a lot of good can happen. Of course, it can also happen on ways like this where what's going to happen is it's, Mike Evans, who, quite frankly, I feel like teams should know at this point you don't play this type of coverage against Tampa Bay, right? Because Mike Evans just beats you. If you play a cover one man coverage situation, then you usually get burned by Mike Evans. Watch how when this play begins, you see that Evans gets the inside leverage immediately, and Mayfield was looking at him really from the start. He looked up straight at the safety at first, because again, can't give away what you're doing, but then goes over towards Evans. The plan was to get the ball towards Evans, at a certain point. There is a window, again, for Mayfield. Got to get the ball there in a hurry, though. Can't put too much air under it, because the safety can come over and try to make a play. But look at this great throw once again. High, but intentionally high. Trying to make Evans go up and grab it. Again, such a big target that, it makes sense to put it in that spot to where really no defensive player had a chance at getting it. This is just really good stuff. And again, it kind of makes you wonder, well, why do you even play man coverage? Because another thing Mayfield was able to do were things like this, where it's going to be, again, man coverage. And the other factor is Mayfield's legs are a part of his game. I know he's not, when you think of the best athlete quarterbacks, he's not one of them, but he is a good athlete. He is. He can move around. Watch how on this play, he looks to throw, but this one is covered up by Jacksonville. Eventually, Mike Evans did get wide open, but just took a split second, and Mayfield was looking in a different direction. If Mayfield was looking there, probably throws a touchdown on that play to Evans, but instead is stepping up in the pocket. And a play like this is one of those, he can run for the first down if he wants to. He can't run for the first down and avoid a hit. That's just not happening. He has a decision. Do you take the hit and try and get the first down, or do you slide and say, okay, let's set up a 4th down and short. Maybe we go for it. Maybe we kick the field goal. For Mayfield, there's no decision. If he has a chance to get a first down, for better or worse, he's going to try and get the first down. As you see, watch him, lower his shoulder. He does pick up the first down, and don't worry, Mike Evans. He got his touchdown a little bit later on, so on this drive. So still all worked out, but just good stuff there from Mayfield. Again, can it result in an injury? Sure. Has it resulted in injuries in the past? Yes. But at the same time, it's just something that, it just goes to show how much he cares about this and how much he's willing to, try to make things happen. And also going over here, again, you can say, well, why do you even play man coverage? Well, for one thing, the Buccaneers actually have a semblance of a running game now, which they haven't had in years past. So you don't feel as comfortable as you used to feel, or even, earlier this season, just putting 2 safeties deep and, playing like a cover 2 zone. You can try cover 3 zone, but again, if you start to give away what you're doing, well, it makes it pretty easy for Dave Canales to dial up stuff like this. You have Evans running over to middle, which great decoy. He's going to take away the safety in the corner. He just is. You then have a tight end who's going to run a route going where the corner was originally, quote unquote, supposed to cover. This is Payne Durham, the 5th round pick from this season, who has just 1 catch so far on the year, but we're going to see what he does here. Watch as when Mayfield takes the snap, he runs a play action, which again, all this works. It isolates the safety on Durham one-on-one, and it kind of makes it a little bit tougher to cover him, right? Because you're not thinking you have to cover down the field. All of a sudden, oh, I got to get back there and cover the open guy. So, it's not terrible coverage here. This is just a good concept. If you know what kind of play is coming, you can run stuff like this. Mayfield's throw is actually a bit high. That wasn't one of his better ones, but again, still good enough to get you to completion, and Durham was able to, adjust well and make the catch. So good job by him. Good job by Mayfield. We can get into negatives if you want. There's not a lot, right? Not a lot of negatives. There was this play, which was, not a great one. Again, when you're up 27-0 and you're making your bad play, usually you're okay with that. But, you see the route that Trey Palmer is going to be running, a route trying to get towards the outside. It's man coverage, one-on-one matchup. These are the types of routes that can get open in this situation, but you have to be careful of a defender jumping the route, because if you jump the route, it's also how pick sixes can happen. As you see, Mayfield takes the snap. He's going to fire immediately. Mayfield he's playing aggressive. To be honest, I don't love this throw because it's already going to be short of the first down marker. I think you got to be a bit more careful here. I would like to see him be a bit more careful here. You see, he makes the throw, and I wouldn't say it's nearly picked off. It's could have been picked off. Like, if I'm a PFF grader, do I consider this a turnover-worthy play or not? I don't know. It's in the gray area. It's a dangerous throw, and, we know Baker Mayfield wakes up feeling dangerous, but probably not an ideal one. But again, it feels a bit nitpicky with all the other good stuff that's going on here, but I gotta talk about it all, right? Can't just talk about the positives, even if it is mostly positives. Gotta talk about the negatives as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts. This has just been fun, right? Just been a fun team to watch at this point. And the way this offense is playing, again, it's one of those things where it kind of, all year, I've been hoping, as a Buccaneers fan, that we could get into the playoffs as the 4 seed, knowing full well that we're probably going to get crushed by, the Eagles or the Cowboys, whoever ends up as the 5 seed. Now, well, I would still probably say smart money is on Dallas, as it seems like it'll probably be them who the Buccaneers play. It does not feel as sure of a thing as it once did, which is very fascinating. But yeah, those are my thoughts on all of that. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.